Blackhat is a perfect example of a late film. It repeats, legato, its director's favorite themes and fetishes through a wearier, more practiced and experimental eye. The plaintive sound design is expressively strange. The digital image is impressionistic and ineffably sad.
Tomorrow? I can't, it's impossible.
Why not?
I've got an optical overlay network that's got to be up in 17 days.
They sent me some code tonight. The Blackhat with the Chai-1 reactor. When I looked at the code, it was,
And?
I have to have a network engineer with me I can trust. Really trust. Like 100%.
When do we leave?
It's almost a remake of Thief, Michael Mann's first theatrically released feature. But so much about his outlook and technical approach had changed. Both films show men out of prison doing what they think is their last job before real freedom can make its way into their lungs. Mann's old textures, so striking and lustrous on film, had softened fully after discovering digital, and the proximity and intimacy it offered him with regard to his performers and their work. He was still plainly fascinated by the line between criminals and cops, by professionals doing skillful work, and machinery that made it possible, and by solitary operations slowly opening to envelop an empathetic outsider whose affections have to contend with a dedicated and complicated life. In his early work, crime and punishment are the means, settling down is the end. One senses marriage in The Insider, reading and working on their bed surrounded by their kids, was Mann's idea of paradise.
What do you think?
Hey, Dad.
Will we go on camera and talk about the Mexico City branch?
Sure.
Hey, Jake.
Whose money are they laundering?
No classes this morning?
I don't have to be there till 10:30.
Yeah.
Hey, Mom. Lol.
Hey, sweetheart. Hello?
Will independent sources corroborate?
Yeah.
This was too good to last.
Then he turned to digital, and his art stopped garnering raves and awards the way they used to. He became less interested in stability as an ideal, and more interested in fleeting, dangerous, romantic involvement. Where once his movies looked towards orchestrating or fixing marriages, his later work turned to outlaws grasping for one more minute of quiet together. One last embrace. A few seconds to imagine a life they'll never get to lead. His ill-starred lovers in Blackhat, played by Tong Wei and Chris Hemsworth, have to contend with a disintegrating physical reality, descending into a fictitious one beneath the fall of their fingertips and keystrokes. Mann is still unrivaled in his scenes of heroes exactingly plotting. Wei and Hemsworth's exhaustive preparations for their joint vengeance in the film's third act is thrilling and counterintuitively romantic. Scenes of them silently coding come to look like screenwriting, as if they're composing their future together, and watching it become flesh in the other's actions. That's how in sync they are. World-weary mutual admirers who fall into each other's arms while in the middle of a strange investigation. They slowly detach from the lives they once understood.
I'm not fishing for sympathy here. I did the crime, I'm doing the time. Time isn't doing me.
There was never anything waiting for them anyway.
What's that mean?
I do my own time, not the institutions. See, to hold on to who you are in there, you dedicate yourself to your program. You work out in your body and your mind.
Open your eyes.
What'd you say?
You talk like you're still in prison. But you're not in prison. Get your thinking to where you are, not where you've
What do you know about where I've been?
No, nothing.
No, nothing.
But-
Okay, tell me, what is it I'm supposed to start seeing so fast?
Where you are?
What, Koreatown? This restaurant, this table, what?
You'll be in the rapid stream of decision making, having to make intuitive choices. People against you are high speed, world class, dangerous. To be genius coder, to outsmart, outthink like my brother always said you could. You have to think about it clear. Not easy. I know, there's no transition time. But I believe you're a very strong man, very smart man.
In Mann's movies, the chaos and horror of life can only be briefly tamed. Here they have to combat a strange kind of enemy. Blackhat returns to and refines Mann's early concept of evil as an unknowable, nearly mystic or mythic force. Their antagonist here is a man, but for the first 2/3 of the movie he's presented as an extension of Data, a deliberately ghost-like presence, a poltergeist causing damage in seemingly random places without ever making a physical appearance. For so long, he's only visible through a trail of bodies and wreckage, of rising and falling numbers. The blood of his victims is what eventually unearths his shape. His values seem unthinkable and diffuse.
20% is too much, Hathaway.
You talking points?
Well, people die on this planet every day. What do you want me to do? Grieve? Because I knew him. He's not here anymore. Where's my money?
Not about money. Not about zeros, or ones, or code. What's that tell you? Get out of the way!
The search for money seems so paltry compared to the speed of information and the depths of loss Hemsworth and Way have experienced. They must say goodbye to real and adopted family, making this seem perversely like Mann's idea of a Fast and the Furious movie.
Now, I know you guys are a family, so I'm offering you a chance right now to make that family whole again.
When they see who has died for them, willingly and not, the completion of their vendetta is what drives them. Mann's heroes have always lived and killed for the dead, striving to leave the world a more just place, even if they sense they no longer belong there. Blackhat, Mann's most beautifully crafted film, externalizes that isolation. The world already seems to have ended. Like a living, breathing, sculptural exhibition of his career-long obsessions, Blackhat shows the gorgeous melancholy of the world leaving you behind. But, as in all his films, there's a rare serenity and happiness waiting for you when you realize that it was always more important to find a place outside of it.